And welcome to another MC Motorsports Broadcasting race here at the EIRCA League with our late model stocks. Here looking at about 10 cars again tonight. Gonna run qualifying and heat here with qualifying heats and a feature, 100 laps. USA down in Lakeland, Florida doesn't exist anymore. It is now a warehouse. But as we roll off for qualifying, looks like the first car out on track is going to be Jonathan Casebeer. Coming out with a new paint scheme tonight. Looked really good in practice. I think we'll have the top time coming out. Track's a little bit cooler from where practice was. It's going to be a night race tonight. Sun should be setting just about when the race starts. And just see him come around and finish lap 1. I'm not too sure if we're going to see that first lap be fast or if it's going to be more of that second lap. See right there, that second sector was really quick for him. Come around putting that first lap with a 21:57. I know there's more for these cars. If that's the fastest, I don't think that's going to be pole. I think he'll need to find just a little bit more if he wants to sit it on pole here. As he comes around to finish his lap. It'll be a 21:50. Javier Zapata in the number 8 Sunoco machine. Coming around P2 right now to 21:59. Going to come around and complete his second lap here out of turn 4. We're going to put it on pole right now, 21:47. Jeffrey Smith finishing his lap. Thomas right now coming to the end of his second lap in the 88. A little close to the wall there. I said a 21:76. Evan G. Mueller. Rolling around. 21:64, third quick. And still have 4 cars left to qualify. Matt McDonald making his way out on track. That 25 Dodge powered late model stock. Saw him be really good last time in New Smyrna. Wrapping around the bottom and around to complete his first lap. Gonna set a 21:51. Only a couple hundreds off pole right now. See if he can improve and get that pole. It's gonna be so important here. I think track position is gonna be really important. Although I think we might see a second lane. You see him drift up the track. We saw the difference between him and Zapata running the bottom. Yeah, that second lap just not as good as the first. Slid up the track in 3 and 4 and just couldn't recover. I think we're on board if he does a couple more laps. This track is really quick. As I think that's going to do it for qualifying. As our first heat is going to be Jeffrey Smith, Matt McDonald, Javier Zapata, Charles Irwin, and Bryce De Guevara. Jeffrey Smith in the black and green, always very noticeable in everything he runs. Usually runs that same scheme in every car he runs, so very noticeable car there. Run 13 laps here. You can see the sun already starting to set, and there's a big gap between these qualifying races and the race. I think right now in sim it's probably around 7 o'clock, and then the race starts at 8:30 sim time, so track conditions are going to be really different here once this race starts. So this heat is kind of a warm-up for them, but going to be very different from what we see during the race. Looks like Charles Irwin not coming out on track. Just going to be the three of these guys right now. Guys are going to do, I think, an invert through these heats, but I don't know how that's going to work out with just three of them. As the pace car is going to pull off, three cars are going to battle it out for 13 laps. See, you can come out with it as they get into the restart zone. They're going to go with Jeffrey Smith with a good run, but Matt McDonald staying on the outside. Down in turn one, we'll see if that outside line has any grip. Looks like the 8's going to get to the inside. Javier Zapata. Matt McDonald touching the wall just a little bit. And it looks like that top line is going to be alright. It might have to work its way in, but the bottom definitely looks like where you want to be. Matt McDonald hits the wall pretty hard. Going to see some right front damage. As Javier Zapata making a run for the lead now. This looks like this is going to play out just like New Smyrna did last week. Looks like the bottom's going to be really dominant. No real top line. Going to have to move someone if you want to make that pass. Like so you want to wrap that line down on the bottom, get a little tight out of the corner, gonna hit the wall there. Something we're gonna have to watch for tonight. Looks like corner exit's gonna really be the problem where people are gonna struggle. Only 13 laps, able to push these tires as hard as you really want. I don't think tire wear is gonna matter. See Jeffrey Smith up the track, really struggling a little bit to wrap the bottom. He's going to bring Zapata to the back bumper of the 96. 96 really struggling in the middle of the corners. But I think we're seeing Zapata kind of just stuck behind the 96, going to tap the wall there, brings Matt McDonald back into this picture. All under 0.4 of a second here. Still a good amount of time, just 3 cars, so 7 laps is plenty of time for someone to make a move, and then another move to be made after that if you have life in those tires. Not sure if it's dirty air, or it's just the 8 is not getting a great corner exit, but it seems like he's really struggling getting out of the corners. Right there, he slides up a little bit more than the 96 does. There's a little bit more of the track, hasn't hit the wall yet like Matt McDonald, but he's getting really close to it. And there he is. The 8's going to get to the bumper. The 96 tries to give him a little bump into the corner. I think that's how you're just going to have to pass tonight. He's much quicker than him right now. He's going to dive down low. Not going to be able to make the pass. The corner entry is too shallow. Not really able to make a move. 5 to go. 4 to go at the line. Matt McDonald closing in. All 3 cars under a blanket. They do award points for these stages, or these heats. See Smith with a solid little bit of a gap here. 3 to go at the line. And all just kind of nose to tail. I think we're gonna have to see the 8 use the bumper here to make a pass. I'm not sure if he can just make another line on the top. It doesn't seem like that's working. Matt McDonald tried it early and he slid all the way, stay all the way to the back. There's only 3 of them. See the 25 in the wall again. Doesn't seem to hurt his speed though. 8 diving down a little bit. Not really anything there. I think he's hoping the 96 is going to drift up the track and give him that bottom. Try and get side by side out of the corner. Right there, the 96 slows up in the middle of the corner and it gives that 8 that little bit of a run. Then the 96 gets it on the corner exit. White flag in the air. 25 goes to the top and to try and make a run down the back straight, but there's nothing going for him. The 8 now right along the back bumper. Not close enough to make a move. The 96 going to 3 out of 4. Going to win the heat. Jeffrey Smith going to win the heat here at USA International.
That was fun, Javi. Yeah, it was, man.
As we get ready for the second heat, gonna have 4 cars out on track this time. Be Jonathan Thomas, Evan G. Mueller, Jonathan Casebeer, and Angelo Esposito. And that 88 really impressive at New Smyrna. Got caught up in, I can't remember what it was, I think he fell back, had really good short run pace, if I remember correctly. Someone to look for in these heats. I mean, someone who's really good in these short runs is what you need for these heats. It'd be a good way to get some points if you struggle on that long run. Jonathan Casebeer came in, set some really fast times in practice. Couldn't really back it up in qualifying though. Starting 4th in this heat, gonna have some ground to make up here. We saw it look like it was very bottom dominant here. I don't know if we'll see that top groove come in until later on when that bottom rubber's up. You might see that middle top line kind of come in later, but as we get going, green flag's gonna come out. 88 gonna lead him, 73 all over his bumper. It's gonna give him a good advantage here, getting to the inside of the 37. 37 gonna throw it in though. Side by side, the 37 seems like that top line can work for a couple laps, but we saw Matt McDonald gonna fall back right through the middle of the corner. You see him fall back just a little bit, and the 88's gonna pull about a nose ahead. Now falling back to the 73, the outside, way off the pace, out of the groove there. Gonna have to fall in line here, although the 88 running up the track. Ooh, the 73 gets a little bump from the 37. Gonna give the inside line to the 73. Looks like the 88's trying to make that outside work, really actually making it work. And maybe I'm correct, it looks like that bottom's where you're gonna want to be. 88 gonna dive to the bottom, try and get it back from the 73 of K-Spear, but K-Spear to the lead as a 91 of Esposito now by the 37. The 91 really struggling here. Up the track just a little bit. See if we figure it out down here in 3 and 4. Arcing up the track a little bit to see how much the 37 gains right there with Mueller. See just through corner, in the middle of the corner, just how much you can gain running that bottom. And you don't really get that run that you usually would run the top line at some of these tracks with a longer straightaway. See there, I mean, he's got the speed, but the 37 of Mueller, he just goes right on by him on the bottom. Oh, and you see in the back, Evan hit the wall pretty hard there. Doesn't look like any damage, but now they're racing side by side. Gonna give that inside to the 91, gonna get that position. 37 gonna dive down low. You're gonna get that inside line. You should be able to be side by side down the back straight. They're side by side. That top line, we'll see if he can make it work this time. The 91 dives it in there. Still to his outside, gonna hit the wall though, gonna lose all the momentum. And that's gonna give it back to Mueller. Only 5 to go here. Jonathan K-Spear over a second lead right now, biggest we've seen so far in the 2 heats. Sound like one of these guys might have hit the wall again. K-Spear coming through 1 and 2. Very spread out. Angelo, I think, take a look at what happened. As not much of a race going on. It looked like he crashed. Take a look at what happens here. Goes into the corner and oh no, just decides to park it. Go back live with K-Spear. Across the line for the final lap. Going through turn 2 on the backstretch with a 1.5 second gap. This is the biggest we've seen all night. In the last heat, they were all within a second, the top 3, all 3 of them. K-Spear coming out of 4 across the start finish, going to win the first heats he is in this league. Jonathan Thomas in second, the 88, and Evan Mueller in third. And with the heats over, we now head to our 100 lap feature. These guys are going to have 3 sets of tires, a full fuel tank, which will get them going. Or no, these guys do have a warm up, so this is now looking at the track. I mean, it's now dark out, so these track temps are going to be way down compared to what they were running those heats. K-Spear going to be the first one out. Javier Zapata also coming out on track. They got 5 minutes here. I think last week they did 10, and it's kind of long to do 5 this time. I think you're going to want to run kind of as long as you can here. Kind of see what the tires do. 5 minutes. I mean, you're not going to get a bunch of laps in, but might have an idea now that the track temp is a bit lower. We'll show last time on the scoring pylon. Case Beer's first lap was a 21.6. This was a 21.5. So quicker on this second lap. We go take a look at Javier Zapata. The first lap was a 21.82. Second lap is gonna be 21.57. Matt McDonald gonna put down a time. Not yet. Should be next time around to put down the first lap time. Case Beer getting even quicker that time. It's third lap. Zapata gonna go even quicker. We're not getting a time for Matt McDonald. Here's Zapata right now, fastest lap we've seen on the whole night. 21.46, and that just tells you how much this track temp is down. Gonna pull down the pit road. Mueller gonna put out a 21.72. Minute left in this warm-up right now. Most laps we have run so far. Case Beer running on his 9th lap here. Trying to learn what the track's like. Gonna pull it in the pit road. And Mueller staying out on track for now. Gonna do it for our warm-up. Only 4 guys took to the track: Javier Zapata, Jonathan Case Beer, Evan Mueller, and Matt McDonald. As we see, our starting lineup is going to be Jeffrey Smith, Jonathan Case Beer, Javier Zapata, Jonathan Thomas, Matt McDonald, Evan Mueller, Charles Irwin, Angelo Esposito, and Bryce De Guevara. Pace car will do one more lap around, and we will get this 100 lap feature underway. Be really interesting to see just how, if that top line has come in at all. I just don't know. I think that bottom line is going to be really dominant. It's usually how these short tracks are. I just don't know if we'll see that top lane come in at all. As these guys go down the back straight just one more time before we get going. 100 laps going to go by quick here. They do have one faster pair, so one wreck, they're not out of it. They can always get back to the pits, fix the car, one freebie, and get on their way. But anything after that, gonna have to fix it. But pace car pulls down pit road, coming out of turn 4. Jeffrey Smith with a huge jump on that inside line. Jonathan Casebeer trying to fight on the outside. Jeffrey Smith gonna go up just a bit, and that's gonna leave the door open for the 8. Turn 3. Ooh, the 37 of Evan up in the wall. Jonathan Casebeer fighting back on the outside, but he's starting to fall back to Javier Zapata now. That bottom line really has the speed. Top line doesn't really have anything. They have it in the middle of the corner, but then just cutting that distance is just so much better right now. 88 taking a peek to the inside of the 8. Nothing going. 37 really trying to use that top, hitting the wall a couple of times. See a really good battle for second right now. Matt McDonald wanting to get around the 88, biding his time though. 37 really struggling back there. Gonna hit the wall again. Casebeer is falling back to 8th, or to 3rd behind the 8. Down 1 spot. Angelo Esposito up 2 spots so far. And Jeffrey Smith not really pulling away from Zapata quite yet. Still 4/10 of a second back. Casebeer gonna look to the inside of the 8. Not gonna get his nose there. Really good run through the corner though, still near his bumper, but not there yet to make a move. I do think to make a pass here, you're going to have to hit the bump and run. Going to have to get somebody out of the way, get him squirrely or wait for a mistake, and a lot of these guys are not going to make a mistake tonight. See Casebeer starting to fall back just a little bit to the 88. Everyone very even right now, except for the few in the back that have fallen off this little pack. I say that Javier Zapata starting to close in on our leader. Jeffrey Smith starting to struggle a little bit. That's what we saw in the heat. Just wasn't able to make that pass. See if Zapata learned anything in those heats to see if he can make any way around this 96 of Jeffrey Smith. A little bit longer run. Well, I say a little bit, but it's a much longer run than those heats. Has a lot of time to kind of make his move, but as he tries to set up this move, Casebeer behind him, not letting up any bit of pressure. Take a look on board, just see how hard it is. See just how much more the 8 is using that corner exit than the 96. Right there, the 8 turns it down, gets in the gas, and then slides up the track almost all the way out to the wall. That time the 96 went even further out. And right now, I think Zapata is the quickest on this short run. We'll see if Smith is saving or if he's just falling off, running a little bit too hard, but only time will tell is where we are 10% done with this race. As Matt McDonald's going to get around the 88 here. Jonathan Casebeer is closed in on Zapata. Still, I mean, this front battle hasn't really changed. I mean, they're all running really, really close. They're not really gaining or losing on each other. Here we go for the lead. Javier Zapata peeking to the inside. Gonna think better of it. You think he's just waiting for the 96 to start sliding up the track like he did in the heat. But right now, Smith doing a really good job of holding on. Playing really good defense, kind of backing these guys up behind. In this situation, there's not much you can do unless you want to give that bump. I think it's a little too early to do that. You just bide your time, save your tires, make the pass later. Gaisbeer, though, getting ready to use that bumper. Gonna peek to the inside here. Zapata gonna shut it down, block that off, and not let Gaisbeer get in and keep second place as he tries to keep that pressure on the 96. And Gaisbeer back to his bumper, might have a run to the inside here. Gonna look inside, but just doesn't have the space. Oh, he gives him the bump. He's gonna spin him. And Matt McDonald's going to get collected.
Sorry, Ricardo.
Take another look at that. Gaisbeer gets into him, spins him, and then Matt McDonald, nowhere to go. And luckily, for everyone else behind, Javier Zapata coming back down on track didn't hit anybody. Head back live, we'll see if anybody comes on pit road. Looks like everybody's going to take a set. We do have 3 sets here. 88. Oh, almost hits the pit wall. And the 73 of Jonathan Gaisbeer did in fact hit that wall. Looks like he got quite a bit of damage. Might have to take the fast repair here. Got a good piece of that wall. Take another look at that. See, it just sticks out. And I mean, that's a good amount of right side damage there. That's, I don't know if we're gonna be able to fix that. Let's take a look. Pace car coming around. Gaisbeer might go a lap down here. Nope, gonna get off pit road. Still a lot of right front damage. We'll see if that has any effect on the car. And Mueller sitting on the front stretch. Not sure what's happening there. Smith's going to be the leader again. Thomas in second. Esposito in third. Angelo Esposito, big mover right now, up 5 spots from the beginning. Jonathan Gaisbeer, the big loser right now. He's going around the track pretty quick here. Let's see if he can make his way back up through the field, if that right front damage is going to be a factor. Jeffrey Smith has led every lap this race. He looks really good up front. Looks like he's just a little bit slower. Not sure if he was saving tires or what, but it's going to be really hard to pass. I think being out in front is going to be the key, and yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to pass unless you put the bumper to him. We'll find out here. Everybody on the inside, 88 on the outside. Green flag back in the air. 88 with a really, I don't even think he had a bad jump. I think just that the Jeffrey Smith had a really good jump. As the battle behind, Angelo Esposito now up 6 spots up to second place. 88 gonna try and fall in line using that top line. Gonna have to fall in line or else he's gonna fall back. We see it here. Mueller to his inside now. And this train is just gonna go by him. Casebeer's gonna get to his inside. The 88's gonna slip all the way to the back of the pack. And you see Mueller want to get down low. Casebeer closes that gap. See 1 and 2 starting to pull away. 3 wide here. Oh, and there it is. The 8 up in the air. The 88 with him. Caution's gonna be out, and I knew that was gonna happen. Coming out of that corner 3 wide was never gonna work. This track does not have the grip out of the corner.
I thought I gave you space, man.
Take a look at what happened again. Just 3 wide out of the corner, and I don't think that's gonna work. You see the 8, I mean, just not really given much room. Just comes up the track. I don't think he knew he was 3 wide, and up in the air he goes. 88 backs to the wall pretty hard. Get another look at that from another angle. He hits the wall.
Just in case you guys are wondering, the reason that is going on is it's everybody involved. It's not a pick and choose thing. It's everybody involved.
You hear Jeffrey talking there. These guys, if you're involved in an accident, everybody goes to the back. Jonathan Thomas, Matt McDonald down pit road, probably trying to fix a little bit more damage. .25 laps into this 100-lap race. Only a quarter of the way through, and I mean, Jeffrey Smith just out front. Got a great jump that time, but biggest mover right now. I mean, Angelo looks great right now. Angelo Esposito in that 91. Up 6 spots. 76 Union car. Probably the best looking paint scheme we got out here, in my opinion. I do like the Javier Zapata's machine with that chrome number and the Sunoco red and blue. That's really nice looking. A little bit of front end damage for him. Some right side damage for the 37 there. Everyone else, not much damage. Casebeer still has that right front damage, but doesn't seem to be hurting. Doesn't seem like damage is too much of a factor here tonight. But as we get ready to go, see what happens down here in turn 1. Jeffrey Smith, another great launch. See behind the 8 getting out of the way, everybody. Out of the corner, the 8 looks like he's down on speed just a little bit. Esposito falling back just a little bit, needs to get down to the bottom. Gonna let Matt McDonald get to his inside. It's gonna let the 91 get by. 91 loose. It's gonna let Mueller to his inside. 91 gonna keep falling back here. This is very bottom dominant. If you don't get to the bottom within the first few laps, you're just gonna get freight trained. And as we say that lead for Jeffrey Smith and that huge jump he got is closing up quick. That damage on Jonathan Casebeer doesn't seem like it's affecting him at all. starting to close in on Jeffrey Smith. Field pretty separated here. Most we've seen it separated so far, I think. Javier Zapata bring it down pit road. Probably too much damage to really try and roll around. I'm going to try and fix some of it. Jonathan Casepier looking to the inside. Back down to turn one, see if he makes a move. Kind of stuck behind again. This pack of three is pulled away from the backpack. See Matt McDonald now. Looks like he's the fastest car on track right now. It's just going to be that hard to pass. It seems like every time someone's a little bit quicker, they just cannot make that pass. It seems that you're going to have to put the bumper. I keep saying that you're going to have to put the bumper to the guy in front. Away from to make a mistake just like that. Jeffrey Smith sliding up the track a little bit on these. Once his tires get warm, he slides up the track, and that's what these guys are going to take advantage of. They're going to get down this corner, run that yellow line, and when Jeffrey Smith goes up, I mean, that's the door opening. That's the opening you're looking for. He's a driver in second. Seems like Zapata has called it tonight, and there it is. At 73, going to get to the inside. Casepier looking for the lead. Side by side with the leader. Gonna get pinched down. A little bit of contact below the yellow. And that's what you gotta do as a 96. Don't want to give up that pass, but now on the outside, we know how hard it is. 73. Probably gonna make it look easy coming out of this corner. Well, the 96 holding on really well. Still side by side, Matt McDonald looking on, hoping they don't wreck in front of him to collect him. A really good racing right now from Jeffrey Smith on the outside. The only person who's held on this long out there. I think what you're going to have to do is pinch him. Let's pinch that 73, and oh, he gets too close to him on entry. And that's going to lose it for him. He's going to fall all the way back to third now. I think Matt McDonald's going to get by him pretty easy. Oh no, gotta let him back in. I wonder if we're starting to see that top groove start to come in just a little bit. He's here running a half lane up. See the 88 starting to creep into the picture. It doesn't seem like any of these leaders, once they make that pass, can't really pull away. I don't know what it is, but no one able to pull away. The only one able to do it was, I forget who it was in that. No, it was Casepier. It's the only one who was able to pull away in that second heat. Only 4 cars in it, but was able to pull away to a 1.6 second lead and finish the race. Right now, really good competition for this top 3 under a blanket. Looks a lot like that first heat. Here comes Matt McDonald trying to make that move on Jeffrey Smith, but trying to make the outside work. I think that outside line is starting to gain a little bit of speed. You see a really nice diamond right there, running the top, arcing it down. Gonna get this inside line from Jeffrey Smith here. Oh, Jeffrey Smith, yeah, that top line is definitely starting to come in. It's definitely a lot better than it was at the beginning of this race. Identical to that first heat where it was 0.4 and 0.6. Matt McDonald gonna run a tiny bit up, arc it back down, try and get a good run, but can't really get that ground he needs. run down on the line. And early in the race, we would have seen Matt McDonald surge to the inside of the 96, but seems like not anymore. This gap of 0.4 and 0.6 just stays right here in this front gap, this front group of cars. Case Spears starting to pull away just a little bit by a tenth, but pull right back in. Jeffrey Smith making that top line work. Not top, but second lane. Not even halfway done with this race, and we're starting to get into a long run here. We'll see if tires start to become an issue. These guys currently on up to at least on about a 50 or a 30 lap run. Matt McDonald a few laps later. Matt McDonald on, I think, newer tires, if I guess it does look like he did take tires, maybe fix some damage. On board here, Smith. Matt McDonald, though, still trying to make that pass. Gonna look to the inside this time. Gonna dive it in there. Jeffrey Smith wanted way up the track. Gonna concede the position. Looked like he got a little bit loose on exit there. You see him turn to the right out of the corner. Just gonna bring Matt McDonald up to second. He looked very quick earlier, just stuck in traffic, stuck in third. We'll see if he can close that gap of 0.7 of a second to Case Spear. And 0.7 down to 0.5. He's closing on Case Spear and quick. At the halfway mark, still a long way to go. Feels like we just unleashed a beast from a cage. With Matt McDonald getting by Smith, he's running down Case Spear about a 1/10 a lap. Question is he going to be able to make the pass? It took him so many laps, probably close to 20 laps to get by Jeffrey Smith, but now closing in a 0.3 of a second on Case Spear. How good is Case Spear's defense? Go on board with Matt McDonald, see the differences. He's able to dive it into the corner much better. And almost even off the corner. Case Spear maybe just a little bit better, not by much though, but right here Matt McDonald able to dive it into the corner. Runs so much more speed on entry and a better exit right here. He's just making time all over. Through entry, through the middle, and then on exit. Question is, how do you pass? I think that top line might be viable. I think if Case Spear runs all the way on the bottom and Matt McDonald runs right on his door and pinches him off on the corners, it's going to work. Of course, he'd want to try to make that inside work first. Esposito in the pit. Taking tires. Maybe not a bad idea. We'll see if that makes any difference. Coming in, taking tires is going to be a few laps down here, I think. They're going to be 2 laps down, but we'll see if he was able to do anything with it. Just not sure if lap times are that far off. Right now, only running about 0.4 off fastest laps. Matt McDonald now all over the back bumper of Jonathan Casebeer. See how patient he is. Still has 40 laps to make his move. Casebeer with that right front damage. Wonder if it's hurting him a little bit. Esposito going to pass Mueller, who also came down pit road, took tires, I think, and going to get by him, see if he can catch these guys. I don't think he's going to be able to. See Matt McDonald kind of sizing him up there. Wanted to look inside, kind of was seeing what Casebeer was going to do. Casebeer kind of took kind of the middle there. Didn't give him an option. And there it is. Matt McDonald's trying to look to the inside. You see it here. He's there. Casebeer going to play really good defense, but Matt McDonald is eventually going to find that hole. I think Casebeer is eventually going to overdrive a corner. He's all over his mirror. Doing a really good job of applying the pressure here. All it's going to take is one missed corner for Casebeer, and Matt McDonald will be to his inside. But right now, a great job from Casebeer, putting on great defense. 40 laps to go. The only thing saving Casebeer right now is that bottom lane is pretty dominant. Matt McDonald hasn't really tried that top yet. I think he's waiting a little bit. I think he knows that Casebeer is struggling a little bit on those tires. Let's see if he'll make a mistake. Matt McDonald doing a great job at keeping distance, not getting into his back bumper in the braking zones or in the middle of the corner where he is just a little bit quicker. And there he is. He's going to look to the top, all over his bumper, but not hitting him. Doing a fantastic job of staying out of him. There he is, going to look to the inside. He's got his gap. Casebeer going to roll the outside. That top line, we said, it had a little bit of speed. Side by side on the back straight. Casebeer with the run. Gonna have to throw it in here. He throws it in, but loses grip. Gonna have to lift. Trying the crossover. Gonna get to his inside. Oh, we got a race here. 73 to the inside now. 25 outside. 73 and nose ahead. Side by side down the backstretch. And that top line is here. They're even. Both lines are very even right now. We know Matt McDonald's a little bit quicker. Matt McDonald's going to have to pinch off to 73 if he wants to have any chance, giving him a lot of room here. Both lines extremely even. Casebeer up the track just a little bit. Holds on to it. No contact made. 73 ahead just a little bit. Oh, Matt McDonald has a little bit of a nose. He loses it there, and Casebeer back to the lead, and Matt McDonald has to start all over again with this pass. And a great crossover move there for Casebeer to get back. Matt McDonald in the wall. A great battle there. Go back and take a look really quick at that crossover move. Casebeer gets off the gas, gets back in it, back to his inside. Matt McDonald tries to block it, but really can't do anything about it. Casebeer back to the inside. This is when that side-by-side battle started for a few laps. Go back live. It's Matt McDonald right back to the back bumper. He's going to get to the inside, not quite. 30 laps to go. Casebeer just lacking that mid-corner speed that Matt McDonald has. Right there, Casebeer just a little bit tight in the corner. Right in the middle, he slides up the track, can't get back on the gas quite as quick as Matt McDonald. or carry as much speed even then. Right there, you see just how much faster Matt McDonald is. On the nose of Matt McDonald here, all over the back bumper of the 73. A little further off this time by, but be a great view here if he gets up close to him like he was earlier. See, right in the middle of the corner where Case Beer slides up, he cannot carry that speed that Matt McDonald does. Right there. Case Beer doing a really good job that corner though. Wondering if these tires are starting to even out from both of them. Matt McDonald pushed really hard on that outside line. Thomas down pit road. He's trying something with tires. Only 25 laps to go. Case Beer missing the bottom. Gonna give Matt McDonald a chance, but he's gonna get a good run off the corner here. 73. Missed the corner, was able to turn it down and get a good run. Oh, Matt McDonald got tight on the exit there. Off the backside of Case Beer, you see Jeffrey Smith starting to reel in just a little bit, still at that 2-second gap, still quite a ways out. Matt McDonald gonna slide up the track there. Don't know if that was on purpose, but lost him a lot of ground. Matt McDonald in the wall again. I wonder if he's overheated those tires. Being in the wake of Case Beer. Gonna have to cool them off and make another run at it. Matt McDonald really struggling now. Take a look on board. Looks like he's lost front grip here. Case Beer starting to gap him just a little bit. Case Beer looks like he's on the rails now. I think Matt McDonald just smoked the tires just a little bit trying to battle Case Beer. Diving in that entry, it might have hurt the tires. Case Beer might have just been holding back just a little bit. Jeffrey Smith down to 1.9. I think he got up in the wall there though. Start to catch a little bit of lap traffic for Case Beer. Gonna get by him pretty easy. That was a close moment for Matt McDonald there. Able to get around him though. See, he's just struggling on corner exit, just all the way up to the wall, every single corner. Case Beer now settling out to an 0.8 of a second lead. Matt McDonald able to hold on right there, but really struggling corner exit right now. able to gain some good speed back in the middle of the corner. Starting to reel Case Beer back in. Those guys who took tires, really not a good gamble. Not going to work out for them. Still 2 laps down, never got back by the leaders, so Tom was going to finish in 4th. Starting to catch up to the 3rd place car, Smith, so I don't think he'll get 1 lap back, but had to try something. They were really far back. Case Beer really starting to show up now, starting to pull away like he did in that heat. Now up to 1 second away from Matt McDonald. Case Beer increasing that gap up to 1.4 now. Has found something on this long run that Matt McDonald just doesn't have. Even Smith starting to pull away from him. Case Beer now pulling away tenths per lap on Matt McDonald. Case Beer's last lap time was a 22:08 compared to Matt McDonald's 22:36 and Jeffrey Smith's 22:40. Case Beer right now on rails. One out of 4, going to be 10 to go with the line. Just has to not make a mistake, and I think this is his race. Run through the field real quick. First is Jonathan Case Beer. Second, Matt McDonald. Up 3 spots. Jeffrey Smith started on pole. Right now in 3rd place. Jonathan Thomas tried to pit for tires. Not really working out, but P4 right now. Probably where he would have finished either way. 5th, Angelo Esposito. Up 3 spots. Evan Mueller. 6th, 3 laps down. Really struggling with that car. Trying to get out of the way, a lot of traffic, or of the leaders. Then Javier Zapata out of the race, and Bryce Guevara and Charles Irwin not starting the race. A little bit of a mess back here. Matt McDonald in the 88 trying to maybe get 1 lap back. See those marbles up there, it's 25 up in them. Nate's really wanting to get up to Case Beer. Going to be really hard to do. Not that it'll make too much of a difference, but if he gets up there, I mean, he'll be the first car 1 lap down and would get that lucky dog if a caution were to come out. Those tires are really coming into effect now, just way too late. Case Beer up front. Going out on the front stretch. Gonna be 5 to go. Take this Monster Energy General Motorsports, or General Motors MC Motorsports Xbox One. I don't even know if this is a Ford. Is it? No, it's a Chevy. So the Monster General Motors MC Motorsports Xbox One Chevy late model stock. 2.7 seconds up, and the 88 of Thomas is on his way. If a caution comes out, he gets by this 73. It'll be something to talk about. But we're going to be too little too late. Only 3 laps to go here. Last night, Case Beer, another league running next gens. Talladega won a race being pushed by his teammate. And here he is, 2 to go. In the state of Florida, Lakeland, Florida, a track that doesn't exist anymore, is now some distribution center. Coming through 3 and 4. This would be huge for him. Winning on one of the biggest ovals in iRacing, down to a short track of 0.75 miles, 1 lap to go. Jonathan Casebeer in the lead. Through 1 and 2 for the last time. Down the back straightaway, into 3, through 4. Jonathan Casebeer gonna win here at USA International Speedway in his debut in EIRCA League. Matt McDonald in second, Jeffrey Smith in third, Jonathan Thomas in fourth, Angelo Esposito in fifth, and Mueller in sixth. Brings that car down to the start-finish line. Victory circle. Let's see if we can pull him up into the booth first. And Jonathan Casebeer, Michael in the booth, you got me?
I gotcha.
So I was talking about on stream last night, Talladega win, and you come back tonight and you come out here and you don't quite dominate, but that last half of the race, I mean, what a battle with Matt McDonald and then pulling away from him. I mean, what a battle. Congratulations on the win.
Oh, that was a hell of a race. Matthew put up quite a fight there for a good couple laps. I think he ate some of his stuff up battling with Jeffrey for second. By the time he got to me, I just made sure to get him to the outside and make him eat up some more of what he had, and then he just finally fell off and just kind of settled in. Richie told me the right front was wearing out with about 25 to go, but we still ended with 36% on the right front, so we weren't anywhere near blowing.
There was one pass that really stuck out to me. It's when Matt McDonald first tried to get around you. He got to your inside, got to you through the middle of the corner, and then you let up and did a crossover, and that really solidified that battle that started for the side-by-side for multiple laps. I want to walk me through that move.
Yeah, when he got to the inside, I knew the top was starting to come in a little bit, but it wasn't going to be enough to hold on. So I kind of backed up my entry to, get the exit speed, and it was the right amount of exit speed to still be on his inside into the next corner. And then I think he might have got tight one corner when he had to fall back, and so that just kind of solidified the rest of the race. And then I heard him hitting the wall a couple times, and that probably didn't help either.
Yeah, you were talking about tire wear. It seemed like some guys came in to pit for tires. It just didn't work out. I mean, tires didn't seem like they mattered that much. It just seemed like they wore out.
Yeah, I put tires on after the yellow where I kind of bumped and spun Zapata. Still feel a little bad about that one. I wasn't exactly trying to spin them out. I was trying to see what the bumper did, and it did way more than I wanted it to. So I apologized to the 8, and then someone else got collected. It might have been McDonald at that point. Apologized to anyone that got in that. But it was a good race tonight. The heat was fun. Um, yeah, I haven't driven these cars in a while, but they're a blast. I'm glad these guys let me come in here, and yeah, this was a good race.
Well, with that being said, I mean, coming in here, winning the first race you're here, winning your heat. Um, we looking forward to seeing more of you, or is this a one time and done?
It's just gonna come down to what I'm doing on Tuesday nights. I'll come back whenever I'm free.
Well, sounds good. Congratulations on 2 wins in a row, 2 nights in a row, and you got any shout outs?
Yeah, got to shout out, the league for putting this on. The drivers, everybody ran good and clean. Didn't seem like anything was dirty, or everybody ran good. Um, Shout out to you for broadcasting this. I kind of had it pulled up next to me the entire race and was kind of listening in, but didn't hear a whole lot once I had to start battling. But yeah,
Well, that being said, good job on the win. Getting one for MC Motorsports, and we'll maybe see you next week.
absolutely, I appreciate it.
That was our winner, Jonathan Casebeer. Second place was Matt McDonald. We got you.
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, I think it's been a while, but I think, did you win New Smyrna?
Yes, I did. I was
That's what I
able to win
thought.
that last week. Yeah.
But you seemed like you were the fastest car tonight. Just kind of stuck behind Jeffrey Smith for a while, and then what is it, Casebeer? Seemed like you were quicker than him. That top line started coming in, I think, around lap 45, 50. You got up there, made it work, and it looked like your tires just kind of fell apart there.
Yeah, probably looking back, I probably pushed a little bit too hard. It was again, we were running a good pace. Everybody was running a great pace. So like, I was good, kind of hanging behind Jeff there for a while, and then kind of found a gap, was able to go, and then I decided to kind of push it. And no, it was great racing, and honestly, I think it just came down to, it might have been faster, but I think Jonathan was doing a lot better job of managing his tires, and so I'm sure he was going to be able to turn it on. And I was wondering when I was catching him, I was like, I wonder if he's just kind of also just pacing it out to see what goes on, and he made a great move. Like, I got the inside on him, but he ran a great third corner, and came down on the inside, and then we ran side by side for a while, and then yeah, the tires just kind of went, and then I thought for sure it was I was gonna get a meatball potentially just from the tire wear. I ended up with 7%, and I was a little worried there, but no, overall it was a good race. Really happy. We showed good speed. It was good racing by all, and no, looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where next week is, but I mean, good momentum, first, second. Probably, I think, the fastest car, like if tire wear wasn't a thing, you were definitely the quickest tonight. I want to ask, it seemed like around lap 40, 45, maybe 50, that top line started coming in a little bit. Seemed like early in the run, if you were up there, you were getting freight trained on the bottom. Was that just because of tire wear, or was that maybe the track just changing?
I think a bit of both. I think the tire wear it was starting to create where you almost wanted to diamond the corner, so it was hard to just kind of run the bottom line. So the top starts to kind of get a little bit where, like, it can be, I don't know if I call it dominant, but it becomes a very good place just to hold a position. Uh, but no, I think tire wear had a little bit to do with it. Just kind of a combination of things, but overall, everyone ran a good race. Like, as I say, like, there's no complaining on my end. I thought everyone was awesome. Looking forward to next week, and yeah, just hope we get a couple more people out, and I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I know we were missing a few guys. I think we had the same amount as last week, but just missing a few of the regulars. So hopefully next week you get everyone. Should be close to a 15 car field if we get everybody, which would be great. I mean, what we got now is, I mean, good racing, but a little more cars, I think it'd be a little bit better.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it'll be super fun. I think those heat races could be a blast if we kind of get that rolling and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, uh, that's where I'm like, I hope we kind of keep growing and getting there. But so far, you know what? Also, really happy to run with these guys. It is a highlight of the week to kind of come here Tuesday and everyone's having fun. We're all trying to just get better and race competitively, and that makes it a lot of fun just to be a part of.
Yeah, I know you guys put down a lot of, I don't know if you did, but I saw a lot of the guys in the league putting down a lot of practice for this race. Really cool. See the practice throughout the week for you guys, and then it showing up in the races. But good job on your second place finish. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, of course. Again, shout out to my family. My wife puts the kids down while I race, and so that's always very very appreciated. But and then for you guys, again, it's a blast to go back and watch the race and to kind of see what happened in the announcer booth. So no, that, and then of course Charles Irwin for he's the driver of this and had the idea behind it, and so I hope it takes off.
Yeah, I mean, some good momentum so far. Missing a couple guys tonight, but some new faces. Really hoping that this kind of picks up. I'm having fun broadcasting it, and looks like you guys are having fun driving it.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, have a great night, and again, thank you very much for broadcasting it.
Yep, no problem. That was our second place finisher, Matt McDonald, and now we'll bring up our third place finisher, Jeffrey Smith. Who you got you?
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
Hey, you seemed like if you were in the lead, you were not going to be passed. You seemed like Ryan Newman tonight. Maybe not the quickest, but really good defense up there in the front in your heat. And then during that first half of the race, want to walk us through your race?
Yeah, I think I just drove her a little too hard there at the beginning and did a little bit too much. I don't know, I guess conservativeness, and got caught looking in the mirror one too many times, slipped up, and I was just along for the ride at that point. Jonathan got by me, and then I watched Marty catch me, and that was stressful. So I'll two heat wins in a row, another podium in the feature. I mean, 2 weeks in, I'm not really disappointed.
Hey, I mean, you're showing up with speed. It's going to go your way one of these times. You led a good amount of laps in the beginning there, but it seemed like you got shuffled to the top when the top wasn't really in yet. I think if that happened a little bit later, you could have held on, but just kind of how it fell. How did you think the tire wear was? It seemed like a couple guys went in the pit trying tires, and it just didn't work for them, but it seemed like tires really fell off at the end there.
Yeah, Marty and I actually compared, and he was at about 7% on his right front, and I was in the 40s. So, but I kind of backed off. I'd say probably 15, 20 laps ago, because I was like, "There's no way I'm catching Marty. There's no way I'm catching Jonathan. JT's a lap down at this point because he's went in and got tires. I'm like, I'm just gonna ride it out, make sure that right front doesn't blow." Looks like I had a lot more to give up there at the end. Maybe I could have caught Marty as he backed off, but it is what it is. I got caught on the outside, trying to hold Jonathan off and then trying to hold Marty off, and I think that's what kind of did me in. So I knew I wasn't going to have anything long run wise, but it's a short track. I love them. I, for whatever reason, seem to show up with speed every week with them. So again, two heat wins in a row and 2 podiums in the features. It's a pretty good showing.
Yeah, good start to the season. Should be pretty good points because I think you guys get points for the heats, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the points, and I'm really, really wishing that was a little different. I really thought maybe I'd be able to take over the points lead tonight, but it looks like I didn't quite get there. Marty showed me up again, which is cool. Man, every short track, it seems like me and Charles and Marty all seem to be in the same area fighting for the same real estate.
Yeah.
So having this league and doing it every week, that part is what I'm most excited about, because I know we're going to be fighting over the same piece of real estate.
Yeah, and that's kind of the tough thing about these smaller fields is you don't make up many points, and there's, you're fighting five guys, and that's the only points you're gonna make up is 5 points here and there. So you kind of got to make do with what you got. And I mean, 2 heat wins and 2 podiums, it's there, but it's really hard to make up points in these scenarios. But one of these times, one of them will make a mistake, and you'll just have to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I'm so excited that and that's the thing. Like that really is the secret to it. Somebody has to make a mistake, and those two guys are not making a mistake. It's so hard, and I love it because it's a challenge to figure out, but it is so hard to make any progress with them. I'm pretty sure Charles and I were racing for a point spot in WRL too. So like it's just like I said, we're pretty much glued together everywhere we go. So
Yeah, it kind of turns into a rivalry on track just because you're right next to each other all the time, can't get away from each other. Seems how it works. But
and it's so much fun.
yeah,
I was so excited when Dash hit me up to do this thing. Like I was really this is the dream. This is the league that I've been dreaming of trying to get together for years, but I needed someone else with as much interest and as much drive to want to do it too.
well, it's working out so far. I think
Mhm.
you got a great base so far. I said it last week, and just a good base to build on. I mean, if people start showing up, it's gonna be really fun with the heats, and then a good length feature. It's not too long, but it seems like tire will be a factor here and there, and it should be fun going forward.
We got a great admin group too. Everybody's putting their input in. We're tweaking little things, like nothing that's gonna change, the whole dynamic. We're tweaking little things, and everybody's getting their input in. It's really nice. Dash is open to everything. Like, so it's nice to have a good admin group, have a good group of guys to race. Like, I almost am afraid to let more people
Yeah,
race because we
right?
have such a great group. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to add, you always have to take that chance of adding one bad apple and then it goes downhill. But also, you could bring in a guy like Jonathan. Yeah, him and his dad were in WRL.
Oh, the
You could,
Cofields.
yeah, you could bring in a Coalfield, and you could, and that's going to push a lot of guys to get so much better. I mean, it
Yeah.
pushed me to get
I
better.
mean, we saw
So
it. We saw it in WRL. Like the beginning of the year, he'd have like a 15-second gap on the field, and by the end, it was only like a 2-second gap on the field.
yeah,
So,
it's a catch-22, but I love this group of guys. I think we got a really good group of guys. I think we got a lot of young guys that are just getting into iRacing, so that's nice. You don't have to kind of break them of any bad habits. So I really like this group. I really like the admin group. This league's gonna be big for a while.
yeah, I hope I can broadcast. I'm having a lot of fun with the short tracks. Kind of new to me. I said it last week, but I'm used to doing the NASCAR side of it. The short tracks, kind of new. Got to do a little bit different of not always as exciting, but in a way, like there's those runs where nobody can really pass, and then all of a sudden, like tonight, it breaks out with side by side for like 10, 15 laps of side by side racing. And it's just really exciting. It's different, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Well, and I think that's the biggest thing too. Is like you've done a great job of showing, your viewers what we can do, and I think we're gonna, slowly attract some of those guys.
Yep. Well, that's the plan. Hopefully, get more people in here, can put on a better show, and make it more fun for you guys. Kind of, good for both sides. But a third place finish, you said it, really good, and then 2 heat wins so far. You got any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah. First of all, Dash for his willingness to listen and adapt to anything that's going on. All the drivers, you guys are amazing. You guys have done really good 2 weeks in a row. I mean, we had one caution tonight. That's in short track racing. That's huge. Like and especially in these
Yeah.
cars with being so hard to pass. Like that's huge. You obviously for putting on a hell of a show every week. That's we really enjoy going back. Everybody said it. Everybody enjoys going back and watching the race and seeing your show, your side of it. Base trucking, capturing a moment by Liz, racing Cowboy Motorsports. Those guys are on the real life car too, and I really appreciate them. I think that's it. Just I'm really thankful for where this league is and where it can go from here.
Well, I appreciate the shout out for me. I'm having fun and glad everyone likes it. But hopefully we'll see you next week. I'm sure we will. But till then, have a good week.
Oh, absolutely. Myrtle Beach is terrifying to me, but I'm ready for the challenge. Those turtles are gonna get somebody.
All right. Well, that was our third place finisher, Jeffrey Smith. We'll do a quick run through the field. I don't know if it'll let me. There it is. Yeah, first, that is not right. That is the warm-up. There we go. Jonathan Casebeer in first. Matt McDonald 3, almost 4 seconds back in second. Jeffrey Smith in third. Jonathan Thomas 2 laps down. Angelo Esposito fifth, also 2 laps down. Tried to take some tires, didn't work out. Evan Mueller in sixth. Javier Zapata in seventh. Charles Irwin and Bryce Guevara did not take the track. I guess we will be in Myrtle Beach next week. That's going to be it for me here at MC Motorsports, and we'll see you next week.